Does your home feel like chaos? Like, does every day and whatever on earth is going on, whether it's the stuff, the people, the thing, like whatever combination it is, it just feels like chaos, and like you are never, ever going to find that peace and calm and serenity like you can in those homes you have on your Pinterest boards? Friends, then this video is just for you today. Now, a chaotic home drains us all, okay? Been there, am there, I'll be here again. Chaos happens, and it can be such a difficult thing because I think sometimes, especially as women, we don't really know, or we don't know how to talk about it. We don't know who to go to, okay? Maybe you don't have a friend that you can go to and level with and be like, I am losing my marbles in my home and I don't know what to do. No judgment zone, help a sister out. And so if you don't have that, hello and welcome. That's exactly what we're going to do right here today, because it happens. It happens in different seasons of life. I feel like it happened all the time when my kiddos were super young and I was caring for my aging mother-in-law and I was juggling so many things, and we owned a business and we were doing so much, and it was like I could just never catch up. And then that season of life kind of closed out and the kids got a little bit older and I felt like I really had it all together, and it was, hold on, a dog needs in, speaking of chaos. But point being, I eventually feel like I got to a point where I had it all together, right? Things are going like clockwork. Homeschool and homemaking and homesteading, like we had it all down. And then, you know, our amazing friends and long lost family moved onto the property, and now 14 people live in my house. And then we got hit with the biggest hurricane that North Carolina has ever seen, and everything went sideways. Chaos completely took over. Fast forward 6 months, here we are today, and I am trying desperately to banish the chaos in my life. And ta-da, this video was born. And for any of you who are new here, hello, my name is Heidi. I'm the Heavenly Minded Homemaker. I love sharing about ways that we can truly connect with the Lord and live out our calling each and every day in a real, simple, actionable, intentional way of life. And so if that real connection and encouragement and just truly feeling equipped to take on whatever life is throwing at you each and every day is something that you are looking for, be sure that you subscribe. Turn on your little bell notifications for more videos like this. And if you find any help and encouragement throughout this video, I would appreciate it if all of you would like this video, send it to anyone that you think it might be a blessing to. And I've got a little something special for you all at the end, so let's get to it. So let's just level with one another here and start off on the right foot. Chaos starts in your heart, not in your home, okay? When we talk about a chaotic home, oftentimes there are similar points that from my home to your home, we're gonna find common ground. Oftentimes clutter is involved, right? Excess is involved. Too many things on our plate, right? There's a lot of similarities that we have there. Yes, absolutely, 1000%. We can take actionable steps towards those things to help us kind of fix our home from feeling so chaotic and overwhelming, and just honestly, then we give up and we don't know what to do. But we have to understand that chaos starts in our heart, okay? Things start internally. The root is internal. And the more that we understand the root, the heart of the matter on something, that means that we can really be intentional with the fix to the problem, which means that we will fix it thoroughly and not just kind of band-aid problems around us. And so I think it's really important to remember that in Proverbs 14 verse 1, it says that a wise woman builds her home, where a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. That's massive. I've done a whole series on that verse because it stood out to me so much. I want to be a wise woman. And it says that a wise woman is building up her home. When was the last time you saw somebody build a home, right? Have you been driving through a neighborhood and you see a home going up? Do you think that they are being intentional? Or do you think that some random people just showed up one day, brought some doodads and extras that they had laying around, kind of threw things wherever they wanted to, and were like, oh, hey, look at that, a house. it probably wasn't the case there, right? Like, it's a very, very intentional thing. And so when we look at this, we know that a wise woman is building her home. That means a wise woman is diligent. She's aware. She's intentional. She's proactive. Whereas a foolish woman is tearing it down with her own hands. You might be actively doing things in your home all day, but are you intentionally building it up? Or with your own hands, are you tearing it down? Again, there's so much we can get into in that. And if you're interested for the study that we did on this, I think we did it in our members group, but leave me a comment down below and I can pull that together for you if you're interested. But it really is fascinating that we've got to look deeper, not just external, but internal. If you want to actually fix the chaos that is ruling in your home. So that's great, lady. What do? This is what I think makes the most impact. When I'm looking at this for my own home, my own life, yes, I've been tackling the external things with the family that we are going to do to banish the chaos from our home, but you have to get to that internal first. And I believe in order to thoroughly affect these areas and truly banish the chaos from your home, there's an internal fix and an external fix. Let's start with the internal. The first thing, the one thing that you need to truly fix your home feeling so unbelievably chaotic is you have to invite in God's peace first. Before you tackle the mess, before you sit down and figure out that budget to finally get out of debt, before you go into the kids' room with a trash bag to get rid of all the extra toys and nonsense that they're just bickering over anyways, right? Like whatever it might be that is your chaos. Before you do that, you have to look to God's peace. And when we look in something so simple as right now, as soon as you finish this video, you pause the video right now, whatever you need to do. Lord, bring order here. Because there might be a lot of external stuff going on, which we'll touch on here in a second, but there's probably a lot of internal going on. Do you feel chaos reigning internally? Does your husband feel it? I bet your kids feel it. I bet those in your home are feeling it just as much as you're seeing it visibly around you. And when we go to the Lord and say, Lord, help. I don't know what to do. I am overwhelmed. I am burdened. There is too much. I can't keep up with it. I don't know where to start. People are bickering. My husband and I are at odds. I know I haven't handled this right. I'm struggling with this. Like, how do I find peace and calm and beauty in our home when everything feels chaotic? I feel like I'm living in a tornado. Nobody wants that. Well, first we go, Lord, bring order here. Help me. Help us. We want to make this better. And when we align our home with God's order, right? Everybody's out there searching, whatever you believe or don't believe, everybody is out there searching for this piece that's missing. Because every single one of us has a Jesus-shaped hole in our heart that we are searching and trying to find. And maybe you've been trying to find it with making your home look a certain way, or just shopping too much, or eating junk food, or whatever it is that you've been doing to try to fill that piece. When really what you need to do, and let the peace that comes from Christ truly rule in your heart. And when we look at that inner change, we focus on that piece of our life that needs attention. That is truly step one to fixing your home feeling chaotic. I promise you. And it's not going to happen overnight. And it's not just, right? Like, it's not just, oh, here, take this, magical pill and your life gets better. Absolutely not. But it is step one, 1,000%. And truly, genuinely, like this heart root of it is why I'm on YouTube. It's why we've made a couple thousand videos. It's why we do private studies every month. Like it's why we do all of these things, because it is so important. And maybe you don't even know where to begin. Maybe the whole idea of this, you're like, I don't even know. Reach out, let me know. I'm happy to help in any way that we can. But that's our why. It's my why. It's my focus that I align myself to in my home. And it's why I feel so so passionately about sharing that for others. Because you find God's peace inside, that is the icebreaker of this whole deal. So that's where we want to start. But how do we start getting this to flow through us and change the external in the chaos? I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you what I think makes the biggest difference anyways, and you tell me. So we're ready to see a change, okay? We're looking inside, we're doing this. Yes, Lord, please, like, bring that peace. Help me to find this, just fill our home with this peace. Yes, I truly believe that with one word, you can start seriously impacting the home around you. And I have a special freebie for you guys, and it really is going to combine what we just talked about and this point here. It is my free 7-day intentional living prayer challenge. You can get it down below. Just go put your stuff in there so I can send it straight over to you. Get that, print it out, save it on your phone. Do it for the next 7 days. Join me in that. If you got it in one of my videos the other day, how is that going for you? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know. I put that together because I want this. I want to really go to the Lord in prayer and say, Lord, help me through this. I have a lot I'm going through right now. It is difficult. It feels impossible sometimes. I want to go to the Lord in prayer. I want to ask for his guidance. I want to be intentional and focus myself. Hold on, dogs need in again. And so that's why I created that, because it is going to touch on both of these points that we are talking about here a whole week long. Repeat it as necessary. It's there for you, okay? And if there's someone you know that could benefit from it, pass it on to them as well, okay? Send them the link so they can come over and get that as well. If you want to start seeing real change in your life, right? It starts with the internal. Absolutely. You have to do that piece. And then as that flows out, one word is going to change it all for you. Intentional. That's why it is a 7-day prayer challenge, intentional living. Because chaos will take over. You will tear down your own home with your own hands and not even realize that's what you're doing. Because you're doing, but without intentionality, chaos reigns. I can be doing all day. There are many days of my life, especially with 4 kids and homeschooling, a family of 14 living on one property. I mean, you name it. The animals, the homestead, the YouTube, the work we do and everything. Like, I can be going 1,000,000 miles an hour. Yesterday was one of those days for me. I'll just be honest with you. I woke up so early. I was in my office, either on calls, working, editing, something, until 9 o'clock last night. And I was like, I've been up since before the sun. Like, how did the day go by so fast? I've been doing so much today. Did I accomplish the things I needed to accomplish? I didn't feel very intentional. I felt like a hamster on a wheel, right? I've just been going all day. And sometimes we feel that way. But when we take that one key piece and we go, I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to be that wise woman who is building her home. Remember, you don't build a home accidentally. People don't just show up to a build site with no plan or goal or anything and, ta-da, it's all done. They're intentional. I don't want to be that foolish woman tearing my own home down. I want to be that wise woman building my home up. And if I want to start truly making a difference in the chaos in my home, and in our lives and our schedule and our finances and our health and our whatever area, you're concerned about right now, then I need to really get intentional. I need to look at my day, starting it with prayer and connection to the Lord there and saying, Lord, give me this wisdom. Help to show me my focus. Fill our home with peace. Realign our hearts to truth. And then you start working through with intentionality. Now, that might be saying, you know what? Today, I've got to get caught up on laundry. If I could be intentional about that one thing, right? I can't do it all today. I can't tackle it all. For me, I'll just give you an example and then y'all do with it what you will. Last week was my breaking point, and I said, family, we've got to figure this out because there are too many of us. The living room, kitchen, dining room, like this is our main living space that 14 people use on the daily. We have to figure out how to make this work. And I know most of our children are practically adults, but this is the system I went with. I went to Dollar Tree. I bought plain old clipboards and I bought a bag of clothespins. I then took out my label maker, sure did, and printed out all the tasks for the entire house of the living room, the kitchen, the dining room, the pantries, outside, bathrooms, laundry room, kids' bedrooms. These are all the things that need to happen regularly. Okay, I wrote them all down and then I typed them into my little label maker. I put them all on the clothespins and then I laid out all the clothespins organized by which room the task was for. And I took all the kiddos, I gave them all their own clipboards and I said, all right, everybody pick out 4 of these things. 4 or 5, I don't remember. I think it was 4 of them. I said, everybody pick out these things. Because if everybody does these things each week, I'll give you the whole week and then on the weekend we'll reset, you can pick out new ones. If we do these things with intention, right? They're simple when we break them all up, right? Many hands make light work. So if we break them all up between us, everybody grabs some. Those are your things to do. I want them on a clipboard. It's going to hang up here so I can see who has what. One side means you have to do it. The other side means it's done. It's that simple. We went preschool level here. I even have some for myself, right? Like I made it so simple, but that little piece of intentionality saying, guess what, everybody, you're going to be intentional about that. Because what we notice is so oftentimes you go, oh, well, I thought somebody else saw that, or I thought somebody else would do that, and I wasn't intentional to go and say, hey, did you know that we've been out of soap in the bathroom for a week now? No, I don't use that bathroom. I had no idea y'all were out of soap. Why did none of y'all notice or, say that you were out of soap? Well, everybody thought for sure someone else had already done it. So that little thing that's so silly and simple of saying we're going to be intentional. Everybody has 4 clothespins. Fairly certain it was 4, might have been 5. I think it was 4 though. Everybody has 4 clothespins with something written on it for my little cheapo label maker, clipped to a Dollar Tree clipboard, $1.25 tree clipboard. That's what you're going to be intentional about. And when all of us exercise this bit of intentionality, guess what? Big change happens. We accomplished so much together with just a slight little change. Now, maybe a messy home because you have 14 people living in it isn't what you're dealing with, right? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. What are those things that if you could think of today, this one thing, if I was intentional with it, that would make a difference. Sit down and maybe go through that pile of mail that's been sitting on your counter for forever, right? Catch up on the laundry, get your, bed cleaned and, new sheets put on. I don't know, whatever your thing is that you're looking for, right? Have that conversation with your husband about the budget that you guys have been needing to go over for so long, whatever it is. And if you want to let me know, leave me a comment down below and we can be praying for you through that. Find something that you can be intentional about. And if you feel completely at a loss and you don't even know which thing you would pick first, you can absolutely start with that 7-day prayer challenge, because every day it's going to give you something simple and actionable to, yes, go to the Lord first and then be intentional. And you are going to start to see major change working within your heart and then into your home. So friends, I'm telling you, one prayer, one step, that one word of intentional is going to make a difference. You're going to banish chaos from your home, one step, one day at a time. And know that I am here and I'm cheering you on because I'm doing the same exact thing in my own home because chaos is real. And it's so much more than just clutter. And truly, if this has been a help and encouragement for you today, please like this video, share it with a friend. We appreciate you all so much for joining us here in our little ministry online, and really just that heart of pouring into one another's lives, being the church, being the community that I think most of us are probably longing for. Let me go ahead and leave you with this video right up here that I think would be a blessing to you as well. Get that free resource down below, and you know it, I will see you right back here in the next one. Bye, friends.